All right. Fingers crossed. Hello and welcome. I'm Habbage. Just back. For the folks that were in the chat, I apologize. That was pretty nasty. And it was weird. It was the streaming studio rather than the game this time, as I was watching all the process allocation and stuff. Streaming was bad. Um, Now, it looks good on the surface right now. We haven't done anything, of course, but we're back. So, for folks who weren't here for that first little 5 minute segment, watching the VODs, because I saw there were a ton of you yesterday and overnight, thank you all for the likes, visits. I don't recall any comments specifically on the YouTube side of things, but both over on the Twitch VOD and in YouTube, you guys man, hit it hard. So apparently you like watching me get my butt kicked by mini zombies. We'll see if there's more of that. I'm gonna put this away, the stream deck. I am going to open back up the game. All right, our massive lag from the world collection seems to be bad. So or back. So no, not back. Gone. Welcome everybody. This world is Ostrich Eyes. We just spawned in up on top of this meadow, loaded the world. Stream went absolutely to trash, but I think we're going to be better now. I hope. We got to punch wood. That's the old Minecraft way, right? Until you get tools, you got to grab them. And this is hardcore. No bonus chests, no cheating. No creative mode crafting stuff in and then switching back or anything like that. No, 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 no. So, real quick, start off crafting table, plop it down. That stuff is not going to be essential here. We need some sticks. And first thing up, axe. And we'll put that down in the weapon spot. And pick. I did restart the stream, Jenny. It was miserable there, and I was watching it too. But I think we got it back. So let me know. I am watching too on the TV, right? I don't have any stream manager up to see you guys in chat that side. But I'm watching it, and if it gets super laggy, we'll have to switch it out. Yeah, I think the world creation was pretty bad. Yesterday, pretty rock solid, like through the whole thing. I think I only had maybe up to like 4 seconds of lag. And part of that is the beginning. Just getting started is tough. Now we do have a couple of different sheep around, but I'd love to go back up to the top of our little mountain. I see some stone over there. Let's see what this hole is. We can kill sheep, get wool, make a bed, and be pretty good for the first night. But we have to kill a lot of them because we'll only get one piece of wool per myrtleated sheep. That's a big hole. Not exactly what we're looking for in terms of, hey, can I get a couple pieces of coal and iron to start things off? Maybe some stone for tools. So let's go back up. Sheepy up here. And it was over here that we had the hole with the emeralds, right? There's the emeralds. And, uh-oh. No, it's not the traditional dirt breaking tool, but it's all right. Down here we had some exposed stone as well. Now, I don't have any light. I can't get that emerald yet. We're looking for coal. We're looking for iron. There's some coal. First thing we got to get, actually, is some stone to make a stone pick so that we can get some of this stuff. All right, stones. And stone pick. All right, into here. Now, the big question is, in a meadow, are we likely to get any uh, elevation bonus for coal? For iron, I'm sorry. Would certainly be the hope. All right, to get a couple more of these, so let's get axe, and we can switch here to here. Now, I'm a little stuck, right? We need, how about 12 for torches? Keep the rest of those for a furnace, which I'll make on spec, and then hopefully we'll go find some iron. All right, I don't think that's the spot though. I think, wasn't there another bigger? Oh, maybe too big. There's a pig. Oh, it's beautiful. Do we see any iron? Pig? See any iron? I'm a little bit afraid of everything I said yesterday. Yesterday about the pigs and me being Habbage and all that. I guess that's out the window. More emeralds. I don't see a single bit of iron yet, though. No. Oh, I don't want to end up like the pig. The whole reason I justified killing the pig was he was stuck and unlikely to ever get out. Right? Nothing to do with me, just likely gonna get hungry. There's some lava. Come on. Iron? Sun's going down. All right, we gotta do this the ugly way then. It's a shame. Those look like chickens. Pigs. I might have left this too long. Well, chickens, horses. Nothing has 3 sheep of the same color. That's a big problem. I don't have a shovel. Oh, we're getting into real danger here. Pop, 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 pop. Go, quick. Door. We'll need that if we are so fortunate. Huh? Oh, horse. Oh my gosh, she scared me. Alright. Get this real quick. Creeper up there. Door. Alright. Not not the beginning I'd hoped for. I can tell you that right now. Yuck. How are we doing? It looks like everything's caught back up. Let me know in the chat. Is it miserable? It seems like once we got settled up and caught up again, then things settle down. So, I would much rather be sleeping and just keeping moving, but since we're here, we'll carve out a little bit of a hidey hole type situation. It'll get us some stone, give us a little safe spot to begin. Um, it's very possible we end up popping into a cave and in trouble. Yeah. Um, I think early it buffered a little bit, so there's going to be a little bit of a delay, but that's okay. Um, I would ask if if you guys have questions or anything like that, or just want to chat, say hi, or anything like that. A little bit of patience. I'm a little bit backed up from you when I see the chat, but again, I get double that because um, not only do I have the normal delay of seeing your messages in the stream manager, but now I have the delay of only seeing them on my TV. So I see them as you guys would see them. So whatever delay you guys get, I get it twice. Um, no, not at all. It's the delay. I'm not too worried about ever. It's that kind of PowerPoint when it's actively getting that lag. That's what I worry about all the time, because that's miserable, and that's why I did restart after the world creation because it was just too nasty, and we could wait that out. But because OBS was running so hot afterwards, I didn't want it to, I don't know, have any chance of still being messed up. So we'll grab that 5 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. See if this is a one-off day or something we really want to keep going with. Sometimes those little world segments become a deal, right? Oh yeah, we've been playing in a world for weeks and weeks and weeks, and people want to know how it got started from that very beginning. Other times, it's like, if we die in the middle of this night, open up a cave and there's a creeper standing there, and boom, we're dead. No need to stitch that back onto a video or anything. So there you go. All right. Oop, there. So, will I ever use this space? No idea. But it gets us some stone. It gave us the chance to see some coal, and rather than just standing here looking at the door and going, "Is it daytime yet?" We do a little bit. So I made this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't like evens, so we're gonna want to expand that a little bit. I guess this could be our base corner. Oh, but we do want it to. Let's just put you there. Get another pick. There. And I want to take this wall back 1. And then we got this wood axe. Might as well use it. Again, we're just kind of killing time until we can kick things off again. I only got 1 piece of pork out of that tragic pig slaughter. I feel terrible. Poor little piggy. Thank him. Bless him. He was stuck there. He would have never found his way out of that cave. Probably would have fallen off the edge. So it was really a mercy. And then this is going to come back too, so this would be the other spot there. All right, that will give us a little bit of operation, and we're gonna see. Could this be our home? Maybe, or the starter home kind of deal, perhaps. Depends where that river ends up going. Oh, and here we go. Take the coal. We used most of what we found earlier on torches. And while I'm just picking away at this, I'm going to get a sip of water. Hope that wasn't too loud. That was more than a sip. But thirsty this morning. Oh, there comes the sun a little bit, poking out through a cloud. Again, we're supposed to have a big wintry storm. Not like blizzard, snow kind of stuff, but that one hole won't spawn anything. This will be hidden, and okay, well, there we go. So I think we're very, very short on wood. This will make us 2 double chests, or 2 single chests. I guess this will be the primary chest here. We'll start things off there. And I gotta count that. All the lighting up here. And now we're kind of stuck. Come on! What direction are we? Let's get oriented. This is north. Okay, well that's good. You'll see some northern lights out there. So typical chest orientation here to get started. Planks, sticks, coal, iron, building stuff down in this corner, tools and stuff up here, arrow making supplies and string, arrows, torches, and the rest of the stuff kind of fills into other areas. That being said, we would then have a corner here, junk box, food box, but I've left this where we have 5 extra spaces, and I think with never mind. All right, before we get anything too crazy, then we've got 40 torches. I think I'll leave that for a bit. Let's just dump all this stuff. We'll come back to it. Oh crap! I need to make tools. Yikes! I forgot. Tools include at this point 3 more picks. A left-handed axe. I always make them to mirror the way that they line up there, but yeah, either way. And I guess we only need 1 more shovel, really. So until we get iron or something, I'm not too worried about a stone sword. We can just use the axe. It's slower, but it hits hard. All right, let's not go waste our day. Couple things we want to do here. 1, get a good supply of lumber. Checking for creepers and such. They should be good. I would love to go back up the hill and look for something that might be iron. Unless we find another cool cave down this way that we can kind of peek into. Because I still didn't find a whole, like, it's cool. We've got gray sheep and black sheep and white sheep, and we'd love to have a variety around. But I didn't see enough white sheep to just kill a bunch and get a bed. And you can't mix colors of wool. So um, we're kind of stuck. The good things, though, we're going to use up this wood axe here, just chopping down a few of these trees right close. And once we have that, then we could also look to boating on this river and see, is there a handy village nearby? We didn't see anything off the top of the mountain, but that doesn't mean it's not stuck. And also, do we have any kind of access to an ocean? The reason why I always look for oceans before I spend any amount of time investing in a base area or crops or anything like that is we want to be able to go get the villagers, like I set up for yesterday, or in the world we were playing in yesterday, having the villagers to trade with. So important to anything further along in the game that not being able to have that mobility with boats until you get wings will limit your ability to get wings, unless you just go full nomad. Hey, look, we got an apple. Yay! All right, some saplings. So, let's go check. Let's go do two things. Oh, there's. Did we look in this cave yet? Iron. Iron. Two pieces. That's copper. How you can't make a pair of scissors out of some copper? I mean, I know they might not be the best scissors, but oh, there's a creeper. All right. Oh, what? Huh? Good thing we got that extra damage from the axe. Up. Not the moment when I'm really looking to discover a oh awesome cave system. I just want some scissors. Oh, dude. All right, run away. I didn't cook my pork. All right. Zombies can't get me. If he even follows, he's done. New plan. How about we try to get some fish? This is a river after all. There are lots of cows, but soon what I had tried to do, and this may be a problem. I don't know. I think our house was into the tree line a little bit, right? We came out looking down at the trees. I think it's here. Let's put a torch up there so that doesn't become a problem. That, and now I will do exactly the opposite of what I just said because swords are faster than axes, and speed is a bit important. What we now got to do. All right. Big river. Looking for a cluster of hopefully salmon. I assume this is a river. Yep. Took me a minute to find it. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. It's just like day 2 in Stardew. Get the rod, we go fishing. Here we make a sword, we go fight for fish. But we gotta find them So this is really what I'd hoped to do after I got the shears and the bed and everything, because what, north? So wait, that's north. So that's west. Sun is already past halfway. Our little cave battle didn't do us any favors. Omni, how you doing, man? Not yet. Not yet. But yeah, this is very much a day one. Baby zombies took away my world yesterday that I was showing you. I know the carts, man. There we go. Now I got no respiration. I'm following this one fish. It's not ideal. It's so much better to be in like a narrow river with a bunch of fish. All right, we got two. Way less food energy from eating raw fish, but we were in big trouble there. Oh, dude. All right, yeah. Like I said, I don't think you can force a crit underwater. Another fish. Run out of time. All right. There's some. It's so dark and deep and scary in here. Come on, fish. Kind of pesky. You think the fishing skill in Stardew Valley is tough to raise. Hitting these guys, especially when you got a stone sword, not easy. I know I'm a little hungry now, but I got most of my hearts back, so I will trade getting home to cook the rest of these. I think it would be. Usually I go for a full stack. It'd be nice if I could get 8 and cook a full piece of coal's worth. There's a 6th one floating on the surface over there. Hey, fishy. And yeah, they can just go too deep. There we go. I didn't even get a full kill. Get air. All right, we got 8. Don't be greedy. We learned that lesson yesterday. Where do we go? Yeah, so I didn't get to watch it all. Obviously, I don't know if there was any bully love scenes. I don't know if it ranges to full PTSD, especially anybody that tongue in cheek here, but anybody that legitimately suffers PTSD. Yeah, we're joking, of course, but yeah, I want to get back. It feels like, oh man, that's gonna be. It's not even that I'm trying to avoid it. I think it's just I need to be in that mode where I want to hit it. I want to get after the Junimo cart, and I think then we can do pretty well in it. So, but I don't know. It had been so long. I'm just totally digging on playing some Minecraft too, and I hope folks don't mind from the VOD side of things. I know people don't. They're already pouring in, and that's really cool. From the chat side of things, you two are my rock stars, and I don't want to disappoint you guys or leave you feeling like, oh man, we were really enjoying something, and now you're just walking away from it. That doesn't seem cool. I think we may cheat this in, right? We're not going to make a doorway. We may very well make a doorway and head back into the meadow that way. Also, I don't like using just the cobble to fill back in, so we'll put some wood paneling. We should do that around the door here too, but it's a little early for pure cosmetics. All right, on this side, except for here, because we're going to put a chest up anyway. So this is our other end, and to start things off, where did that furnace go? Uh, just setting up for success, Jenny. And again, I know between me, me with the delay and all, and then not looking at the chat constantly, which I probably should do more of, but hey, we're also hunting fish. So sorry if I'm behind. So many love scenes. There you go. Yeah. It's great, great seeing that's coming along well for you. All right. We didn't use up any of the tools. We've got this. Let's go here. This is another couple chests. We will go tight back in this corner. And then here, this is where maybe we do this. How about this? Oh, it's going to be good. I think to there is good. And now I can go. We're going to need a lot more trees for this, but now that can be vertically stacked double chests, all facing end on, so I can have bulk storage of stuff. And then we'll have this guy is just our. So here's the normal layout: lumber and saplings and tree stuff. This is sand, but this will probably become our treasure chest. Right by the door. Best place for a treasure chest. Work stuff. Random drop junk box, food, and then this becomes like cool, but maybe this will be building supplies, clothing, and all that. And then we have sand, gravel, cobblestone, the 3 variety blocks from underground, deep slate, and we'll just put those in because they fill everything up, not to mention dirt, right? So now we can do a little bit of sort out of here. A little bit, I say, because there's not too much of that bulk storage set up. So saplings, we don't have logs to spare yet. Down here in the random bulk, that stuff, food, seeds, and here, I guess I can just do everything for now. Then we'll split them out as we get more trees. All right. Good. 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 Let's get this food. It should be done now. Actually eat. And not have our food instantly go down. Still don't have a bed. We failed on that mission. So we're still looking for iron. Oh, you guys are so... well, I hope so. I hope so. You guys are so sweet and making fun of me for ignoring. Hey, that's Minecraft. I kind of chunks. Yeah. Well, I got all the way back up to Omnis. I saw the woot woot. That was when I was fishing. I didn't read the end of it. You guys are so awesome. You two in particular. And there's lots of other awesome people that have been around, coming back periodically. And I love you for it. That's awesome. But Yeah, 100%, 100%. I actually, you guys saw it, Jenny. You saw it for sure. I really was enjoying the Junimo cart, and I said during the streams, yeah, at the end of it, it kicked my butt. But while it was going, it was flying by. I was having a lot of fun, just getting into that rhythm and that grind and all that. But I do feel like it's gonna hit me when like yeah I want to go do it, and when I do I want to hit it and try to get that award. Because here's what makes me here's what does slow me down, right? I think about it in advance, and this is talk about getting in your own headspace and messing yourself up. I think about if I don't finish, right? Either it's a bad luck day or whatever. We talked about all the scenarios. I'm not going to beat it to death while we're playing Minecraft, but we get in there, we try it for whatever reason, we don't get done. I go back to Key the next day, the Monday, the first day of summer, and he's got the same quest again, and then we're right back at it. So I'm totally in my head. I'm like planning for the fact that we're gonna have more and more Junimo carts stacked on top of each other instead of just playing the game as it's dealt. But I want to feel like if I wake up and that day is lucky, I am so ready to go. There's absolutely no brick wall I won't run through to beat Junimo cart that day. So I'm kind of waiting for that energy in full. Um, yeah. I know you put all these little they're like little presents tucked away in the chat that I can get to and read, and I'm always having don't worry, I'm always having fun. As I said that day after Junimo Kart, it wasn't that I didn't have fun that day. It was that after that I woke up and I was like, dude, my eyes are tired, my brain is kind of mush from just continually hitting that flow. So anyway, enough of enough about that. We'll get back to it. I promise. I promise I do. I love Stardew. It's not going anywhere. I'm not going to do the ones right around the door because there are some blocks that break the door, and I don't want to let in monsters while we're just killing time. Um, so I was thinking, if we end up here for any length of time, that was why I kind of counted out here. We can have like a 3 window, a post here on the other side of the window, put in some glass so we can see outside. It's not quite as much a hole, and then have the storage right here. I think it'll work. Getting there. It's lightening up a little bit, I hope. Don't like to see the rain. What else can we be doing? We can go cautiously this way. Here's what cautiously. Oh man, talk about a cringy thing. Growing up in the Midwest, the number of people that say milk, and people I love dearly do it. It makes my blood boil and my brain hurt. Hey, can I get a glass of milk? It's not milk. And I know that isn't what you're talking about, but seriously, oh, it's like the tinfoil sound on your teeth, right? Junimo sickness. Umino? Umino sickness. Yeah, I think I caught some of that. All right, so cautiously into the mountain is our best bet now. And I'd certainly like this to be like a 3 wide, but for now, I'm going to put a torch there so that if anything comes, I can open the door, hit them, and close the door again. And then we'll spread out. I don't know where we're likely to hit a cave, is why I'm being kind of cautious here. And the sun, it looked like maybe it was coming up a little bit, so we don't need to spend all day in here, or all night. Day would be worse. Oh, we have some of these blocks too, so I can switch that out. Look at that. Not at all awful. Well, little. It is still stolen ground. All right. It's rainy, but it is light out. Let's Go all in on torches. You guys all go away. I don't need that. Clean those up later. Let's go try to find this iron. Because bed. If we get a bed, then we can go boating and take multi-day little adventure trips, right? The question is, have we found other... This is the one we went in. I think we were going to go over to this hill, right? And then I got beat up, and then we went fishing instead. It's not like I have a ton of food. No, well, I don't know. I'm sure some people do, and I'm sure people, hey, if it's been 2 years and you're like, hey, I remember I caught a YouTube from that guy, and then you come in and find that, oh yeah, we're chatting with, I'm chatting with random unseen people. There we go. All right, safety first. Remember, this is the game. Dangle a big shiny right in front of your face and then come get you with mobs. All right. Now I'm going to do the thing that I shouldn't do. I should just go back and cook these up and shear a sheep and have a bed and be all happy and be able to go boating. But it'd be really nice to cook a full 8 pieces of iron, right? So now that we've got some... Hang on a second, guys. Whoo! All right, guys. False alarm. I don't know if you guys heard anything in the background. uh, there you go. Awesome, Omni. So I don't know if it came through. I probably didn't. I heard a very loud sound of like cutting, grinding machinery type sound. And for folks who've been around long enough to know, I'm pretty sure I heard it when thieves in the middle of broad daylight cut out my catalytic converter from the bottom of my truck. So I had to go run outside on my deck and just survey the parking lot. Fortunately, there looks to be a very professional contractor truck with stuff going back. Nobody was in front of my truck, which is parked right outside in front of me. So it didn't appear, it looks as though somebody's doing actual work with tools. But yeah, it was a little scary. No, I put it on mute after that. Like, the sound was before that, you guys. But it was a faint background sound. Now I'm kind of lost. Well, that looks fun. Above ground, all that, but... perhaps with nothing clothing-wise on. Oh, have you guys even seen? There I am. Do. Oh, I can even. No, not that. This. Look at that. Glad to meet you, Jenny and Omni. I'm Habbage. I got my luau grass skirt on. I got my Tommy Bahama lay and Magnum PI kind of floral shirt. You think, huh? Yeah. Look at me. I'm a Habbage. It's kind of a pig man. Little Minecrafty. Ah. Oh, look at how fun this is going to be. All right, this could get very dangerous. But, let's at least be ready here. Here, we'll do kind of the safety dance. And then coming to myrtlate me. Come on, Iron. Well, it's easy to be a little reckless in early hardcore because at this point we're not settled. I haven't even found any. I don't even have a bed yet. We die. Hey, maybe we get better spawn, right? Plus, my middle name is Danger. Habbage Danger. What can be my last name? Habbage Danger Regret. So much cave, so little iron. More ender. There have been endermen all over this world from the very start. More coal. I'm not really trying to get to the deep iron. I'd like the up high iron, actually. Anybody see anything? That's copper. Zombie. There is a piece of iron. Oh man, I'm gonna look at that guy and be dead before we know it. Before before it turns to night on us, let's go be good and cook this and get our bed. Might as well get some seeds while we're at it. Is that like Dagobah that must be a content creator. I don't know that person. I hope they're awesome though. If I want to be like them. Here's it. So fun story. Omni will appreciate this at least, I'm sure. Jenny, I apologize if we go all geek on you. So at Halloween, burgers and beers, we're all hanging out. It's me and a couple buddies, and two of us are sitting there like, we're talking. I was like, hey, did you guys watch the Jedi story or whatever, the new animated series on Disney Plus? Like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, I didn't like it as much as Andor, and I said it in past tense. Like, yeah, Andor was great. I wish they had more of that. I was like, it's still going. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's over. He's like, no. And me and another friend, completely independently, hadn't talked about it at all. We both thought after the heist that the whole series was done, and it was like, oh, okay. And I hadn't even looked back for it, so I was so happy. Including the one I watched yesterday, I had 3 new episodes of Andor, still very strong. Um, I know what Dagobah is. You haven't seen Andor, but you saw the Jedi stories? Yeah, Clone Wars long time ago, but um, I haven't like rewatched them since we talked a couple days ago. Whenever it was, we were talking more about Star Wars. Maybe that was in your chat. Um, all right, iron. That's why we're here, to get the iron to make the shears to make a bed. Is it still daytime enough? Ooh. All right, sheepies. Doesn't even matter now. We're chopping y'all. They like this, especially on cold, rainy days. Not at all the hot days when they're all like, "Oh, dude, get this wool off me." Uh, It's the race to 3. Who can get me 3 pieces of the same color wool faster? 2 and 1. It's a chicken. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Crap. Oh, thank you. Come on. Oh, don't do that. There we go. All right, we got enough for a bed. Go. I hope I didn't use up all the wood. For 2 beds. Run! Torch lighting us up like a beacon. Let's go black bed. It's kind of styling. And you know what? I should just make one to have back here. Oh, that's what I needed. I needed some slabs. All right. So I carried around the white bed for quite a bit of the game yesterday. It's kind of weird alignment. Usually I put them head on, but it seems to fit. So that can be our home bed. You go away. More random dumpy stuff. Random stuffy stuff. Building supplies. Wool. All right, we are set for adventure almost. Let's make one more pick. And torches. What do we got? No, this is. I want to look here. 12. Yeah, we'll keep torching. I guess we're gonna need more lumber, but oh, look at that. Even got a couple spare. Store at home. All right, extra sticks go away. Shears we'll take in case we see other cool animals. And then, oh, sweet dreams. Racking up those achievements. Hey, man, Omni, I appreciate you every time, buddy. And if I can overlap, get back in there with you, I certainly will. Look forward to it. All right, we're a little hungry, but I think we'll stick with the hunger. What did I do with that boat? It's got to be out here somewhere, right? Where did I park it? Oh, dude. There. Because the best boost to caves and mining and all that kind of stuff is go find a village or a shipwreck or something and get some loot to help us on our way. Whether that's hay bales for a bunch of food or who knows what. Did we already come come check all this out? Probably. Uh, let's. Phew. A little scary. That's why. Lots of big holes. That looks really cool. It's probably full of monsters because it's shaded right now. Anything. It's kind of all-purpose exploration if we can grab more iron. Quick and dirty like we will. But surface iron in this kind of area is not like it used to be at all. Gotta find. Oh, no good. Serpentine! Yeah, no armor, no shield, no nothing. That's why, as cool as that looks, I don't want to go into it yet. Because we got nothing. Here, village. Ginny, I'm sure those emotes were fantastic. Hopefully they were like waving Omni goodbye and wishing him well. Something. That's what I would guess. No one. Oh, that's... so I know that's just like the weird rendering, right? You're looking into a cave. It doesn't go all the way through, but it picks up the sky tones. But look at the... It almost looks like two eyes on a face over here. Like there's the little face, and then it's got legs, and it's kind of a big animal. It's awesome. So this is probably worth. Oh, there we go. That's our mission. Go take the chest by the broken portal. See what we can get from it. This river could be linked up with a little bit of canal, so it's not a total waste to explore it. At this point, come on, swim. At this point, being able to find like a stony shore or a mountain, something that would get us a bunch of iron quickly, if we can't find a village or anything to kind of speed us along. Be great. Shipwrecks also very good sources of iron. Hugs! Aww! Wonderful. Now, I don't have a bucket. I can't, even if I did and I like stopped all that lava, I can't do anything with the gold blocks yet. I need iron pick for that. Definitely do stuff with the golden apples, but other than that, not too much. Now that we're going this way, there's got to be just a nice little community somewhere, tucked in. People going about their lives, not even aware that me, a bit of a demigod, has arisen in their midst, ready to bring harmony and peace to their lives before some little baby zombies make me depart against my will. this. All right. Scout for iron. This landscape is actually really cool. So many big caves and awesomeness. So we're moving back. Home is kind of that way. Um, we went around that. There's another big mound up there, and we, jumped off the river and come across that way. For anybody who's feeling a bit lost, we are far enough from our early home that watch we move right here. But I'm gonna start getting cows. Um, One thing, it'll give us early food. For another thing, it will start our leather hunt and um, move us kind of into that later game stuff a little quicker, a little less dependence on farmy. And since I just put all that work into that farm for nothing, I wouldn't mind being a little bit nomadic this time, just for a while. We'll get everything set up if the fates allow, since we're getting into Christmas music, right? Christmas music season. Already the decorations are starting to go up in the stores. Halloween's over, guys, so it's holiday time. Oh, and one of the biggest offenders in my little corner of the world is my grocery store chain, and I'm kind of it's kind of full on rant mode. I went yesterday to get some, like small grocery trip, get the milk and the fruits and veggies and stuff that you know you can't have on hand. I had already stocked up on all the staples and stuff that you can just hold for a long time, but needed milk and cheese and fruits and veggies and all that kind of stuff. A little bit of chicken, and so I go into my grocery store. And one thing, they are the first ones that has just been hitting up the Christmas ads, and they're kind of like, it's a grocery store, right? And so what they've done is like, oh, we'll do these holiday ads that are for American Thanksgiving, which is the end of November, and um, and Christmas, and they're playing Christmas music in them, which I don't know. That's the big one on mine. I don't mind starting off, but do we need to get bombarded with the Christmas songs already? I like them once the days start getting really short and the nights are on, all that. Yeah, oh yeah. I kind of, I'm a demigod like Loki. Uh, I got some power. It's mostly used for mischief, and I die a lot, right? Oh, skills. Junimo card skills. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I was hoping that would open up into a big lakey kind of deal. Oh, that would have been a Junimo down. No! Oh, okay, well that's fine. We gotta sleep here soon, and I did say I wanted to grab some trees. All right, let's try out the traveling bed. Ooh, that's nice. Camp bed. It's pretty light. Folds down nice. All right, east. East where the sun is rising means that this is south, and that's our way home. So we're just going to kind of do a little bit of choppy chop exploring. Cut a path through this forest, either until our axes get short or We run out of trees. Awesome. Yeah, go say hi for him. Wish him well. Make his VOD viewers wonder what the heck's going on. Although I think he edits us out. Which, for you VOD viewers, I love you guys too. I think, personally, when I watch, I love having a streamer relating to the chat. Not that they necessarily have to go overboard. If they're like just silently playing the game and ignoring what's going on, but talking to everybody else. Get some extras since I have these shears. I won't carry them for long, so while I am, stockpile a bit of wool. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of enjoy it, especially if it helps keep it moving, right? Because whether you're watching in a VOD or you're watching um, in a real time stream, it is Minecraft, right? Like just chopping trees. It's a little bit adventurous right now. We got no armor. We've got no good weapons. We are taking our life in the hand. I mean, I could walk through a hole at any point here and be done. Um, so there's a little more adventure early game than there is later on when you're just like replanting and tree farm growing kind of stuff. But the chat helps move it along and get it. Keep it fresh and entertaining and all that. The problem for me becomes when um, the chat either it just becomes like a toxic deal, or the creator is trying to impress the chat with how edgy they can be and that kind of stuff. Then it kind of takes away from the VOD experience. You guys in the comments, feel free to let me know. But basically, I don't have enough hours in the day to do both dedicated YouTube content and live Twitch stuff. So you get a hybrid, and I just hope it's something you guys enjoy and find worthwhile. Um, it is. There's one axe down. What I always stated I was going to do. So I don't feel real bad about having chat content. And part of that is I think, I kind of approach this as, yeah, it's fun, it's entertaining and all that. It's not a tutorial. I'm no expert. I'm not clearly the best Minecraft competitive super edgy person in the world, but I do know some stuff. I like to share what I know. Also, chat people know stuff, and they can share what they know. And I hope that through me learning stuff or having recommendations out through the chat, we can all get a little better. Ooh, maybe this is our source of iron. Get some leaf blocks, because I need those. Like a hole in the head. Well, I know you guys love it. You're in the chat. You guys are in the prime driver's seat, and that's why I tell all the VOD viewers at any point, hey, I get schedules. I get sometimes you just can't do the live stream stuff. It's not in control. But that's where I'd love to get to say hi, see you guys, and have you come be a part of the chat, because yeah, you can very much help drive not only the experience, but my play, and it's not like I'm at a point where it's like, oh yeah, 8 bits for that. I see a lot of the channel branding stuff, and I think people do some awesome stuff with that, where you can help to have mechanisms within the stream that help, choose colors or animals or that kind of stuff, what foods to grow or whatever. I always ask about that kind of stuff a lot in Stardew and here. Hey, what should we do with this prismatic shard? Should we tailor it? Should we make it into a weapon? All that kind of stuff. Same thing goes here. And it would be always fun to have you VOD viewers get the chance to give that direct feedback. And who knows? Maybe save my butt sometime. All right, so it's a little scary. Let's just check the direction and make sure I am heading the way that I want to. South, that seems right. I think we're going to get through here. Hi, fishies. Don't mind me. Just going to get a few more of you. We got steaks, we got fish, all on the return of our great first adventure. Kind of slow at breathing. not real good at the breathing game. I mean, I guess that's the whole, like, if you've been holding your breath a really long time and you burst to the surface and take that big gasp, you're going to still, like, for a bit to fill back up before your breathing calms back down again, but definitely feels like it takes me a long time to get the old O2 flowing again. Well, boop, 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 boop. And I hope we don't come out to a jagged cliff on the far side. I really don't remember what we were looking up at on the other side of the river, other than it was like wooded. I assume we're getting back close to that. We didn't go that far north to get over to the broken portal. Which, let's face it, that was kind of a trash portal. The golden apple's nice. We like having those. But only having two, it's kind of tough to count on those a lot. And no tools. No just flat out gold or anything I can use. A fire charge? Meh. Oh, that's a perfect example, though. Does anybody know what are good, other than fireworks, what is a good thing to use fire charges on? I don't know. They're in the game. They should have a purpose. Chop, chop, chop. Choppity, chop, chop. Up. Did I finish my rant about the grocery store? I don't think I did, right? The grocery store starting... Oh, there's the end of our axes. Yeah. So grocery stores, starting out early, getting the Christmas creep on, right? You guys have all heard of the Christmas creep. That's where you start earlier and earlier to begin the holiday season hype and decorations and music and all that to be ahead of the competition. And we keep seeing it as it will get to the point of ridiculous, and then you wonder, like, what when do we agree we've reached that point? A long time ago, because um, here we are months and months ahead of time, and people are already, trying to drum up the holiday season. And ooh, kind of full up on trash. All right, well, I do want some pumpkins, don't I want? So many of the things I normally don't want, I probably kind of want. Leaves. They're just decorative. I have nothing in mind for them. But pumpkins, oh, I don't have an axe now. I guess I'll pick my pumpkins. Dun dun. Shh. So many pumpkins, so little time. We'll leave a few, just not because any game reason, but because if you're out, like picking berries or finding some stuff out there on a hike or something like that, leave a little bit for the animals, for the future spread of it. Um, just a good way to go about life. All right, I am totally turned. Yikes. That's what I worried about. All right, so home. Home down there, maybe? I guess those are just flowers. This is a good opportunity to either fall and oh my gosh. I'm tempted. So tempted. Yeah, Omni is fantastic. We got a little forest fire spreading. This is my fire watch position. River, trees, but I think that's going to be my meadow. I'm very, very much tempted to see if I could hit that jump, but no. Like I said, danger's my middle name, but not like suicidal. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. Give me give me enough. Ooh. Oh, what a tease. Speaking of which, do we see any iron? Big old cave up there. Remember, higher is better when it gets to iron production. Or iron generation, I guess, is accurate. We could get all this coal if I had inventory space. Nothing. There's one. Here we go. Whoop. Of course, now we lose it again. Uh-huh, just one. Well, just a little oof. Took it in the knees. Big bend. Shock absorbers of the body. All right. Well, that was. We filled our pockets with a bunch of stuff. It wasn't exactly the stuff I wanted to fill them with, but stuff is stuff. Safety first. Yeah, some safety. Not jumping off a towering cliff to a small pond at the bottom and hoping you hit it. Alright. Park this a little closer to home this time. So that was That was one direction. No village. One broken portal without much good stuff. Let's start here. Wool. That's obsidian, that will. Fire charge. Flowers, I get, no, nothing. It's there. Here, though, logs. Get to have all of them. Saplings. Food, apples, pumpkins, seeds. Beef I may cook. What did I do with that pork? Is it still back in the other one? Let's put that salmon there. Wait, what did I... Oh. I just automatically go to the iron. I was like, I thought I was cooking pork. We can get it all. Probably not. We will... I don't think we can cook 8 things with 2 different pauses and not use up an extra piece of coal. Sadly. But we can... oh, we already are kind of full. Or at least topped off a little bit. These go here. So next up... Birch. While I wait to get hungry again. One more. Oh, I can't. Kinda stupid. Now I don't have an axe still. Probably doing this a little backwards. But it'll help us clean up our inventory, is my thinking. Yeah, that's the back corner. More double box. Alright. All the bulk stuff can now be stored away. So I'm going to do... I think... cobble. I'm going to put dirt down here because it is usually the early one. I don't have any sand. I got some of this extra stuff. Dirt, no sand, something. All 3 of these guys, and then probably a deep slate will end up needing to be in there if we are around long enough to even care. Obsidian stays here. Extra torches. Leather. This will almost guarantee if we go find a village, there will be leather boots. But if we find a mountain with snow, I can walk on it in the leather boots and not sink and freeze to death. And since we only have the 1 piece of iron, we'll go with my least favorite, but perhaps most effective safety gear. And I can wear these boots because I don't have anything else. Alright, now we make tools. And yeah, I could have made an iron shovel, I guess. But who needs an iron shovel? At the expense of a big old shield. Alright, let's set this up. And much as I'd love to keep digging into... That's not nighttime out there? It looks pretty nighty to me. Alright. Just a dark, rainy day, I guess. Alright, this time. Down beyond the fishing grounds. Oh, I think I might have a sneeze. I don't know. We'll see. Nothing yet. Maybe a false alarm. This could be nasty to get back from, but I don't have enough torches that I really want to mark up too much. Doggy. Once we get some bones. More sheepies. How we doing? Still doing all right. Oh, dumb trees. That's what I was kind of wondering about, though, as we go forward here. Like, is that backgroundy bit more ocean about to open up, or is it... I don't even know. Is it nighttime now with rain? Can I get out of the boat? Oh, dude. Hi. I guess it was nighttime. It was all very weird. I thought we were kind of through the night, but it's not. Oh, please. Fingers crossed. I see it got a little slideshowy. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get out to the ocean. And we're just going to park and let it load for a bit. So I'm just going to camp here and chill with you back all a bit. So this is really good. We don't know how big or small or anything else this is, but with a river like that, we could ultimately stay in kind of our meadow hill if we want to, or anywhere in this area. We've got access to go out and explore and find the other. But yeah. And Jenny, you may be really slow relative to wherever I'm at. I see your chat message. It's loading up the ocean and going out and building this new terrain. Just like at the beginning of the game, it gets bad. So we're just gonna hang out on this beach and hopefully let the world kind of settle in. Problem is, each chunk that you go beyond, it's loading in more stuff. So there's a little bit of that. One thing I haven't looked at all. I am at 16, so I'm not too low. Blasting that up a lot, which sometimes you do in the end to see islands and things like that, gets it's a bit bad. I don't even. They've switched so much of this stuff. I don't even know. Done. If you guys think like I would hate to limit the chunk render distance too much in the boat because we're trying to find stuff, right? So if you just make it so you can't see beyond the nose of your boat, you're not going to find much, and it's going to kind of defeat the purpose. Exactly, right? A big old umbrella, because sun evil. Um, nice, nice tropical cocktail, something with rum in it. Could be good. Oh man, it's already back again. And I apologize, but this is New World. It's never built this texture before, right? Or these chunks. And now that the world is an extra 64 blocks deep, and the build height doesn't matter too much. It does go up higher, right? But there's obviously not much between us and the sun for that to load. But if you're going over a cave or anything like that underground, um, Gets tough. So I think if you guys can bear it, this is kind of like old-timey radio show, right? Yeah, here we are riding along a boat. Row, row, row. I need a sea shanty, right, as we talked about. Or shandy. It's not like a shanty, like a little hut. It's a shandy, like a song, I think. It's also the kind of beer. Oh, look at this. Right on top of it. That was a lucky spot. More boots. And you. What do you got? Oh, go, go, go. Go, 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 go. I didn't even look. Fortune 2. Nice. It's gold. Sucks. Because gold does not do as well as iron. So, like diamonds, I can't get with my Fortune 2 gold pick. But coal, I can get a bunch more while that lasts. So, more valuable than the last one. Let's hang out here and go peek in this cave. I'm gonna try to get you guys back a little bit. I see it's lagging, freezing. I'm there with you. Another beach vacation. There's a little cave over there, and I'd like to go check it out. Might be part of the reason for the lag. So we can look at our inventory here and go, yeah. Now, I should probably switch these out. I don't even know. I guess there's really no difference. But we get some Frostwalker. You guys seen Frostwalker before? Who needs boats? We can just walk around on the ocean. And as you can see, it out here particularly, it's going to melt very fast, right? If we were out in the Arctic, it would linger for a while. It could basically fill everything in with ice. Shanty is the song. Yes. Oh yeah. Well, shandy, not a sandy. I don't know if you call it a sandy in Wales there, but yeah, shandy with lemonade, or in Germany that's a Radler, I think that's what they called it. But yeah, very nice in the summer. So it is a sea shanty, not a sea shandy. Okay. See, I'm learning stuff. Uh, Man, I don't know if this is going to catch back up or not. Trying. Let me do this. All right, it seemed to be a little. Yeah, I was with you. I was with you. Now I'm still much further behind after that boat trip, but it seems to be caught up and moving again. Okay, I'm gonna try one other thing. This might be a disaster. Um, let's go to 60 FPS here because I'm streaming in 60. I know. Ooh. It's Minecraft, guys. You'll be all right. So let's do that. Um, MIP map levels? What the heck is a MIP map level? Entity shadows. Like some of these things I could turn off a lot of, but I don't. Like I want my particles. Is there like a mid particle? Decreased. I'm never a fan of doing a whole bunch of stuff at once. That goes back to my tech, right? Troubleshooting. You can only make one change at a time. You can't do a whole bunch of stuff at the same time. Otherwise, you're never going to know what changed things for the good or the bad. Uh, um, I don't know. I just freeze it. Fabulous! Oh my gosh. Fabulous Graphics uses screen shaders for drawing weather, clouds, and particles behind translucent blocks in water. This may severely impact performance for portable devices and 4K devices. Yeah, no. Fast. Reduces the amount of visible rain and snow. Transparency effects are disabled for various blocks such as leaves. So what that means is when you go up in a tree, you're punching through. Okay, so it's the 3. Um, I can show you this. Let's do that. Let's see if this helps us, at least for our boating. All right. Well, we got fast. Let's try to remember fast graphics, 60 FPS, and something else. Oh, dude, already? Come on out and say that. Scared, aren't you? Haha, first skilly. All right, there's some more coal. Oh no! Ah! I hate that. Since I usually do most of my default exploring is kind of in torch mode. Oh, you jerk. What? I had my shield up and facing you. Come on. Oh, all right. Look at all those arrows and torches. But yeah, when you try to block with the shield and then have torches in your offhand, you end up placing a bunch instead of blocking at all. It's awful. Up first. Same old rules. This can't go too... I hear like sheep or something eating outside. Ooh, a kitty cat. Hold on. Hold everything. That was a cat. We know what cats mean. Hi, kitty. I know you're scared of me now, but just wait. Ah! We were like hanging out right down there. This looks like it's running better. So hopefully that makes a difference in the boats as well. We'll see. When we next chop trees, we'll have a chance. Oh, look at all these guys. All right, so home. Here, let's go back out here. So for everybody's stuck enduring the slideshow presentation that we were doing earlier. How did I not see that? I must have just totally missed it. Um, we came up along here, parked the boat, went into the cave, and I didn't pick up the boat, did I? Did I get turned around? This is where we came up. That was the cave, so the boat's there, hiding under the tree. That's probably a bad place for a boat. Let's get going on this village. Oh, I forgot I had my Frostwalker boots on too. Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Dang it. Frostwalker. Not my favorite thing in the world. Where's my boat? Squid? You take my boat? There it is. Alright. Quick sleep. Then we'll go make our introductions. Bonk, bonk. Got an advancement for that too. Alright. So, right up over this hill is our first village. And that's awesome, because that is pretty darn close to home. And with either a little bit of luck or a little bit of carving, we can get people into boats here and pop them down this hill out into the water. Also, we can get things like potatoes. Potatoes, carrots, beets. What else you guys got? Hello, sir. How are you? Ooh, I don't like that. It's kind of fragmentary. So yeah, you guys are. I'm still way, way, way ahead of stream time. So please accept my apologies in advance if you chatted and I've been ignoring it for a bit. I will get to you as soon as it catches up to me watching the chat. Some coal. Tons of creeper camo. Not much chests. I hear you, little fella. Oh, jumping on the bed, huh? Can I join you? Boing, 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 boing. Alright, that was fun. Carrots, Mr. Farmer. Do you have them? Not, not much in the way of town treasure, is there? How you guys doing? Neither of you are employed. Oh, there's a building down here still. This might be better. It's not the ironworks. No chests. Yeah, we could take all their little job blocks, but not ready for all that yet. So they have this little bit of water. The biggest challenge here is going to be that they're not right on the shore. So trying to move them over is going to be a challenge. That's the nitwit, I think is what they call them. They cannot get jobs. So when picking volunteers to come back to your civilization, I might want to leave them off. But what we could do is throw one of these guys in a boat and wheel them off that way. I'm not going to do any of that here at this point because we're nowhere close to wanting to trade. I don't really even want to do it this early. Um, like I said, maybe a little bit nomadic. Um, as we hunt around, but yeah, we've got one employed villager I think that we found so far. Now they just may not have found their job blocks yet, so they may fill out, but this looks a little bit like a village that could use our help, frankly, that we could help out in place. Try to boost them up with more. Oh, your carrots or beets or something. There's beets. Delicious, delicious beets. I didn't get any beets. Oh, well, I'll take the seeds. Oh, there's the beet. All right. So little taste of what. Oh, there is more hay over there too. Little taste of how I kind of go about these things normally. We're gonna grab coordinates out of this village just so I don't forget where it is. I don't think it's not too much of a puzzle on how to get here, but um, nice just to keep that tracked. All right, now you are our farmer, and you do want wheat, and we have all these hay bales. So that's not what I want to do. I think this may be. I don't know if he'll grab those. Looks like it. There we go. Now, this is kind of stupid because this is a bunch of good food, but we just raised him up. Again, no pumpkin trade out of this dude, unfortunately, but he will, for leveling up, he resets his demand. So there we go. We got some emeralds out of him, 9 of them. Do have a little bit of wheat. We can make that into bread if we wanted to. We got some potatoes and some beetroot seeds. So when I do get to farming a little bit, we can do that. Um, I think we're full enough. We'll just kind of head for home, but maybe overland. Poking into some of these quickly. Because just a couple pieces of iron could make a huge difference. They got to be around here somewhere. And back up and around. Not that far from the village yet. It's kind of one of those take the coast road. We have for scienced in the past. You can't use. Well, I don't even have one yet. I have a fortune, not a silk touch. We can't use. I should have looked for coal with that. If we find any coal in caves, we'll remember to use the fortune pick while we've got it. This is the best time to go ahead and do that. I don't know. Maybe it would give us. Would it give us more iron? You should check that too. Oh, look at all this. So I think this will work. And we've got some room for coal. Already up to 8. And I didn't pick up that. But look at the durability just vanishing, right? And I think I would like to save that for a bit of for science, just to see can we get extra iron ore? Awesome. Hope your son has fun at Dad's place. Hope that's a good good hangout. Probably horridly stupid thing to be doing, but man, I really want. Still got one spot. Just want to know, will this work on iron? Yeah. Oh, it's nighttime. Here, let's put bed there. So, regular old pick here. I'd like to save a spot, but we don't even have a full furnace yet, much less a full supply of torches. So, bump, 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 bump. Back up here. All right. Like I said, I know this is pretty stupid, or at least not ideal. But I don't see a means of, other than just going around and mutilating a lot of cows. I don't see any way to really get our. There it is. There it is. That's going to be our test. So. Here was our stair. We'll just work this all the way down. It's kind of weird that village not having any chests. I would have liked one, just nothing else. Dump some of this extra stuff in there. Oh! Oops. Get up. Oh, there we go. Even better. All right, so oh, it doesn't even give me the dang ore. All right, well now we know this is just coal. I might have known that. I don't know, but oops. It seems like, I mean, if a stone pick can get iron ore, why wouldn't a gold, right? I can see why it doesn't want you getting diamonds and emeralds and all that kind of stuff with fortune that early, but it is really just coal. Not coal isn't beneficial to get a big fortune boost on, but it's just andesite. Can I really feel the need to dig all that stuff out just for fun? Look how far down this goes. It's kind of a perfect starter cave. Well, filling up here, but we can definitely ditch. Oh, look at that. Oh, 8. That's a shirt. Could be a shirt. All right. If we go here. Let's do that. I really want these to fall back into the water and get carried on down into the deep, deep depths before we're ready. There we go. Whee! I guess we'll put this on this side so we can go right out here. Answer to all our questions. Just sticking our head in holes in the ground until the right one comes along. And since we're up here, a little bit of light, I guess. I don't know. Um, then we're straight down to deep slate. No, I can't. I can't do deep slate without any kind of armor other than a pair of leather boots. That is ridiculous. I hope you all understand how ridiculous it is to even consider such a thing, which I did briefly. But no, not yet. It's a pretty cool spot though, and that looks like quick, very quick access down to deep slate. We could just basically hop in the water and go. This is just a lake. So, trick here, if we cut through these trees, we're kind of on, like a direct-ish line to home. And there's certainly bees about, so eventually we can get some honey. Um, but we won't know what water is the right water, right? Or if this connects or not. Hopefully, it all links up. Or this just comes back out to the ocean but was too early. Oh, graphics. They're definitely doing better when we get to this kind of part, but you guys are falling further and further and further behind. I'm watching it, and it does look pretty good. Um, Better on the water than when I was. Can I make it home? I think this is our little tree, right? Our little clump. Maybe it's this next one up here. There's our torch on the hillside. No monsters, no whammies. Keep me back with my iron. Whew. All right, perfect. We're gonna cook that. We're gonna hang on to that and those 100%. Putting those as well. We got some treasure to put in our treasure box. Emeralds go there. Um, we've got some things to go in our tool and otherwise box. Sticks can go away for a second. An bone. Fire charges. Again, if you've got an idea, let me know. By the time it becomes a big deal, gravel will probably be. We'll have storage won't be an issue. Let's take half of that. And let's do a bunch more torches. Nice and tidy. Ten is good. Okay, so this will be shirt, pants, and a sword. Need the sword handle. Bye bye, luau shirt. that if we ever have abundance of spider webs. How did I miscount? I thought we had an extra piece. Oh, I can at least make it though. Because we've got these guys and we'll only get one. It's 9 pieces here, but I can make a bar. Yeah, I must have just missed it as it was switching over something. I thought I had 7 extra pieces there. So, pants. Didn't get the pick yet, which limits our availability in the deep, deep, dark, crazy depths to get extra or to get diamonds or anything like that yet. But, zip, 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 zip. We're carrying around a lot of extra food at the moment. Not really. I'd love to have. I feel weird if I don't have like a full stack and something else, but for early game. All right, all cooked up. Sleep again. I'm gonna quick take a little step away. We should be safe here. I wish I hadn't slept, in fact, but we'll waste a little bit of this day. Maybe just hang out around here until nighttime, sleep, and then go on another adventure. Um, just gonna step away for a second, get a quick little break in. I will be right back. All right, we are back, my friends. How y'all doing? Sadly, I don't think we get back anything on our delay here. The delay will be the delay, but as far as smoothness goes, I see you, Creeper. One day is a little bit, or a day around here without any further boat trips or anything is a good possible way to get smooth plan. Dude, that is a long, long delay. Yikes. Did I leave this? Oh, the fire. I was like, what? I don't recall leaving just a tree around. Hmm. So, let's do a little bit of cautious caving right in the area here. This time, if we can, we'll use up all that fortune pick on coal and hopefully get a little bit of stuff along the way. Now, maybe, um, that fortune pick would work on copper, but I don't. Here I am not using it. I don't care that much about copper one way or another, so I'm not even gonna worry. Frankly, all it really is it's quick. It's quick to pick up the coal. Um, Copper's just in inventory suck early on, unless you want to craft something with it. But you got to use the coal to cook it, and with or without fortune, you get so much of it that it is a bit. There. I don't want to switch up. Okay. Glad I did that. Copper. Ooh, couple creepers and a drop ceiling. Let's go here. Yeah, when I look up now, we're pretty good as far as like running through the caves and everything. It seems to be streaming all right, not too choppy, but it is way behind. So just again for chatters, I will see your messages and I will get to them. We've just taken a couple boat trips in a brand new world, generating a bunch of chunks, and that is never optimal for streaming stuff. A couple people. Nope, there's one hiding there. There you are. And there goes our fortune. But already got half a stack. And now we're just down to one piece per block. Is what it is. Okay. Remember which way we came up from? I think it's this way. Won't matter too much. We're overlapping, and apparently this whole area is just kind of honeycombed with little passages, which very likely I would think that our little hole in the wall house will connect into at some point. Is this how we came in? Is there more to explore here? I don't want to miss any goodies, right? This is how we came in, and then this. Actually, I think maybe up there. Hi, buddy. I see you. I guess I should leave him to his own devices and check the stuff that can actually get to me. That got a little laggy. This might be what the doctor ordered here. Oh, except no iron. Iron! I need you. Bump, bump, bump. It's funny. Like, we look this way and it's just out to wide open. Now, can you come? Okay, now you will come. Maybe. Can you get up here? Here, I'll come up this way. Oh, there you go. No, 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 no. Okay. Why is this so laggy now? Come on. It's weird. The fast graphics and all that have actually changed the gameplay feel for me. What the deuce? Uh, I think we very much need to get up here. Before anything decides to come down and land on my head. Feels like it's getting towards evening. I don't think we're going to make it home for bed tonight, but maybe we can just settle in up here. So much coal, so little iron. But we need all this coal. So it's kind of worthwhile. And I can't remember. Did I sleep yet? Or did I just start going after the coal to thinking it was just going to be a little pocket? Hear you chickens clucking about. So beauty. Okay. Think we must have already. I got more here. So this was great. Just what we needed. All from making sure that nothing creepery dropped on my head. And that's where we just were. I guess we'll get some copper here just for convenience of accessing the coal. Oh, hello. So he called. Look at that guy's coming from way down there. I don't know how he got to get the ankle on me there, but whatevs. Alright. Nothing in there. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Hey, dude! What the get? How did that guy hit me that many times? They smell those golden apples. They're like, oh, you got golden apples? Well, we're going to make you use those. I refuse too early. Back up. Spider way over there. More emeralds that I can't get because I don't have enough iron to make a pick. Boom. Copper, not iron. We really need a stony shore or a mountain or a shipwreck to just give us some ingots. That would be handy. Nice little bit of sunshine coming in. Think that might have been some back there, but I'm on a torch policing quest first. Where did I see? There, maybe? I was thinking there was something a little closer too. There's Creeper. And that does look dangerous to fall into. There he is. Come on. Oh, come on over here. Uh-huh. The only problem with dropping a creeper like that down the hole is I don't know how far that hole went. I don't know if he will emerge elsewhere. Trying to come chomp on me. Hope not. Oh, here we go. That's going to be what we need to get down to eventually. There's some more iron. Shh, don't scare the monsters. Scare the monsters? Hey, Nitrandil, how you doing, man? Woman? Friend? Glad to see you. How you been? Got a little Minecraft going today. New world. I've dropped a couple. It's been a bit brutal. It's awesome to see you. And I apologize in advance. You may not already know this. Since this is a new world, a couple of the times we've got added in latency to the chat when I've been out and the world has been generating. So chat is laggy. So if you're hearing me reply back to this a long time after you wrote it, it's because I haven't seen it yet, and I'm talking from the future to you. So it's tens of seconds of delay already. So just a cautionary heads up there. I'm not ignoring. Well, I may well be ignoring you because I get distracted easily, but I'm not intending to ignore you. I'm just behind. So that was great. We still need 9 for the rest of the armor. Total of 12 to get our tools as well. Let's keep rolling. There we go. Right there. Oh, is the water keeping you down there, dude? I'm sorry. Not really. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, it's a little dark. Now. Oh, that wasn't the way. Oh my gosh. Glad I was contemplating the zombie. Look at that. Um. Oh, did you go further down the? Kind of like this setup. Oh, now he's all the way back down in the corner. I don't know if he can get his way back out, but come on, iron. We got down to a depth where we're at least seeing some. I'd like to see more. I'd like to not worry about that zombie coming free of the water and getting me. Oh, this could be historically stupid. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, here we go, too. This is good. Still possibly historically stupid. I don't like having my back so exposed. Ah! That was me trying to get the momentum and crit at the same time. Didn't pan out the way I hoped. More iron. Lava keeps that hallway safe for now. Let's get everything safed. And then... when did that crit you? And that did? I don't understand the ways of the skelly. Those should link good. Still kind of know where I am, or how these sit in relation to themselves. Oh, so much good iron. Great cave. We finally got it. Oh, now if I don't miss any on the way back out. Iron there. How long is the stream or Minecraft? Because Minecraft's awesome. I love it. Um, we have been going just over 2.5 hours, and I listed it for 4. We'll see. This is a brand new world, and just enjoying it for a bit. Um, if how long the game, I guess day one, right? Very early stuff, just trying to get our base gear. And if you mean the delay, like I said, maybe 10 to 15 seconds. I think this is the way we just came from. So I apologize if I'm misinterpreting that for you, but I am happy to see you. Hope everything's going awesome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I talked with Omni and Jenny quite a bit about it at the beginning of this stream. Um, I I kind of feel like I gotta be hungry for the Junimo cart when I hit it. I don't have an iron pick, so I can't get gold that I see right there. Oh, trouble. Not ready for that yet. Um, but we will be able to after this run, because now we got our iron. We got 25. I said we needed 12, and there's so much getting back out of here, if I can find my way out of here. Well, I appreciate you saying that, Deal, and I hope I get it. I watch a lot of different content on Twitch, but I certainly watch enough Minecraft to know it can be totally, kind of overhyped, screamy, yelly, all that kind of stuff. I certainly can make the eeps of jump scares when I get hit with stuff. Um, but I play this game like I play a lot of others, and I hope if you just kind of feel like you've outgrown it or never played it and just never had an interest or whatever, give it a whirl. I do try to add a little bit of kind of that Stardew-ish feel to it. And what I mean by that is, um, I try to interact with my environment a little bit. I don't try to be so like there, for Minecraft having been around as long as it is and having so many people play it. Ooh, ooh, look at all that. Um, and so many people creating content. Tends to be a lot of unnecessary. You've got to speed run it, or you've got to do this, you got to do that. If you're not doing it just this way because that's the way that my favorite streamer does it, you aren't playing it correct. And one of the things I've always tried to do, whether it was in YouTube or over here, is show that yeah, you can play this game and you can do the advancing stuff, go fight the dragon and get to the end and do all that, without it becoming just another version of the exact same stuff that everybody's doing. Like a little bit, I think it's kind of died off for a while, but one of the streamers that I talk a lot is John Bams, right? And know him or not, he plays hardcore and he plays mainly vanilla, and he's had a long-term world that is very much built up now, has a lot of cool builds and stuff in it. Um, but he has a 1,000+ person audience at pretty much every time he goes live, and he's a 7 day a week streamer who's just looking to create content while those people interact with him and chat and all that, so that they have a reason to come watch his content, talk about the world and all that kind of stuff. Some of the stuff that I do, but he got to the point where it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make bigger and bigger builds, and in the process of doing that, I'm going to excavate whole 16 by 16 chunk radius holes deep down in the worlds. And then everybody was doing that, right? Because they're like, oh, well, I've got to make a bigger, fancier build. And there is some mechanic reasons to do it, right? For farms and things like that. If you take the whole world all the way down to bedrock, clear everything out, and then make those blocks unspawnable, you can make farms that are ridiculously efficient. So it's cool, but it is months of him doing a 4 day, 7 hour, or 4 hour, 7 day a week stream just to get those done. And the reason he's doing it, he has a large sustained audience, people that want to come hang out, watch him play. Doesn't matter what he's doing. Then every other streamer in the world is like, oh, people will go watch that, so I'm going to dig a big perimeter. And for a while there, especially like middle of the summer, you couldn't turn around without somebody, I'm going to excavate a perimeter, I'm going to do this and that. It's like, seen it. It's kind of entertaining for a bit, but that's not Microsoft. Minecraft is a sandbox game. It's not, it's not necessarily an RPG or anything else. When it was being made, the idea of putting in the dragon and having an end to it was to give it some linear progression, rather than just the pure sandbox that as a game model. Yeah, it's okay, it's creative, but Minecraft would not have been what it became if it was just purely a building sandbox. So I try to mix all that up, and I do try to, role play a little bit, get the villagers in, talk about it, make something that looks cool, but maybe has a little bit more of a story behind it. And I don't know what that story would be in this one yet. We haven't gotten that far. Um, but it's still me. I'm still talking about the same, the same stuff. So I get it. If you just want to, drop in, say hi, or just catch the VODs and kind of high speed through. Um, it's it's a little awkward because normally if I go Minecraft, I want to go all out and be like, yeah, we're playing every single day till the end of time, and I'm never touching this world outside of it. I got back into this a little bit, just playing on the side and being like, I want to show you guys some of the worlds that I've been building, and then I keep losing them. So I was like, today, yeah, I think I'm just gonna give it a whirl. But Stardew is still very much alive and in effect, and we've got the Junimo Kart challenge, which I'm still working on. Um, but it's a little bit like what you expressed, Nitrandil, in that particular mini game isn't as much on my wheelhouse, and so I have to feel right. And the day is kind of critical, right, in where we're at in the game progression. Um, I am set for more Junimo Kart, so I'm trying to make the most of that, or not just tank that by playing it on a day when I'm not really fired up to do it. And I see I could go deeper there, but no. We're gonna try to survive this. Uh, and I could just pop out there. I know that there was still that little bit of iron left in this cave. Still got some coal here too. I remember this is where I popped the creeper down the hole. Um, hey, yeah, no, I got you, man. I totally hear you, and that's the deal too, right? Like, I just don't do a lot of multiplayer stuff, and I know, um, you know, billions of people can't be wrong that Call of Duty and Overwatch and oh my god, the Fortnite, right? Those are all multiplayer login kind of games that just aren't my jam. People aren't wrong, right? They are super entertaining and super popular for a reason. They're good games. And I've certainly watched some of them a little bit, but I hear you, man. They're just not my jam. So yeah, I get it, and I don't blame you for having differences in preference. That's cool. Um, we'll be mixing it up, but this is kind of my Stardew is kind of my mixing it up. This is this is kind of my go-to, and that's why I started sharing some of the stuff that I've been working on during Stardew, because I will just play this game when I'm not doing other stuff. Stardew too, but not as much. Like, I'm not going to have an itch independent of the channel. Like, oh yeah, I just need to grind some Stardew, especially at where we're at the moment. Okay, that just got real. Who's coming? You still coming? Yeah, I think so. Coming? Yep. Come on. More bones. Now, there was more populace up here. Or back there, really. Hmm. Yeah. And I didn't play 7 Days to Die, but I watched a ton of it at a couple different stages. And I like that it's um, kind of sandboxy in the sense that, like, at least for 7 Days to Die, you go figure out how you want to use the world to your advantage. And it's zombies, but it's very similar to uh, like Skyrim or something like that, right? You're fighting the zombies and all this stuff, but you're using a set fixed world. It's expansive and immersive, and you can go run around in it. But yeah, it's totally varied, and that's why I'm today at least just trying to explore and cruise around and mine a little bit. Um, Not too much on a base because the last world I just lost, I had done all the farming stuff, was setting up villager trading and all that, and I don't want to do all that all the time, the same thing over and over. Um, and I think that's where, not you, I'm not saying you in any means, but a lot of people tend to get into a rut and go, yeah, that game, I just totally get bored of it. And it's like, well, um, mixing up the tactics and all that does help a little bit. But I hear you, and I know it can be grindy. Um, Here? Is this where we came in? No. I thought that was a part of where we got all that coal out of, but that was actually, I don't have any. No, no, we came up here because we were scared and we had to go. We were coming from this way. Ah, ah. Yeah, like I just said, man. Multiplayer, not my jam. Now, and it's not a content thing. It's not a huge back and forth or anything about a specific game or not. It kind of lingers from when I was working like career job stuff, and now I can be pretty flexible on my work time. But what I can't always commit to is all the stuff going on in my life, and I don't like the time commitments are being locked in here. When I have time in my own world and when I want to, I go live and I stream. And I can kind of do that. There's no time commitment. If something comes up in the middle of it, boom. Sorry, guys, I got to go. I'll catch you next time. That kind of deal. So I've never liked that kind of, I don't know if it's pressure as you have to be here at a certain time or you're letting the people down that you just said you wanted to, that were expecting you to come play with them, right? And that even goes to like some of the big MMORPGs that I played years ago, where you'd have to do group quests and things like that. I just never dug it because I always felt like, man, at some point here, something's going to come up. I'm going to have to drop offline, and a bunch of people are going to be pissed because I didn't have an all night or whatever to commit to it. So that's just kind of my deal. But yeah, I love getting to hang out with people here in a stream chat. If you got any of that, I'd love to come hang out with you. But I don't think you have content, if I remember right. I hope I'm not missing it. If you're creating under a different channel on YouTube or something, I'm probably already subscribed and following. But um, yeah, that's it's just my kind of side of things, right? Boop. Oh. All right, so we are going to get huge iron, which is good. We are also going to make up We'll just go ahead and make more torches right now. I've got a few extra, but I'd like to be fully supplied. And I think next up on the agenda is some kind of more food, whether we go on a distant cow hunt. Don't, like I said, I don't really want to set up farming. Yeah, I hear you, man. It's just everybody's got different stuff. I've never done it, and I don't think I'm starting. But I'm really glad that you consider me somebody you want to have play. That's very flattering, and I do very much appreciate it. But yeah, it's just kind of my deal. I'm if I'm not here doing this, I'm probably actually doing work or housekeeping or that kind of stuff, boring life stuff, or out with doing real world stuff. I try to share that. I don't. Yeah, today I did a bunch of laundry and I vacuumed and I washed all the dishes. It was really fun. That stuff. But if I'm doing any of that, I'm doing it. With Omni or some other streamer on in the background while I can do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. And again, I absolutely honored and flattered that people want to do that. I've had way back, and I still I still kind of wonder about it. But in the very beginning of my YouTubing, one of the first people that chronically, chronically sounds like a disease, that repeatedly came back or was repeatedly coming and commenting on my YouTube videos was a guy called Maya Quests, Miah Quests, um, and he's one of my subscriptions in YouTube to this day. But he came along and was like, "Hey, I really like the way you play Minecraft. I enjoy your YouTubes and all that. I know you're small. You don't have a lot of people and all that, but I'm gonna put up together an SMP, and we're all content creators. I think you would be a great fit. Come on in. It would be a blast to have you." And I said, "I'm sorry, man. I never say never, because things could change, and I've lived long enough to know that don't say no. I'll never do that. I won't say that, but I don't have plans." And I told him this over a year ago, and he and the Zeta Crafters have an awesome world, and they're doing some great stuff, and their channels are deservedly blowing up for it. But it's not my deal, and I see the awesome stuff that they're doing in Minecraft, and I'm like, man, I'd love to be a part of some of that, but I also know the amount of stuff that they're doing in the background and as YouTube creators, just it's not what exactly fits my life and timeline and all that. I'm not saying this. I'm answering your bit and trying to hopefully make you know it's nothing personal, man. I would love to if I did any of that. But it's also to let other people in the channel know that yeah, um, it's not any given game. It's not anything. Minecraft, which I absolutely love and put tons of hours into. Um, I was supposed to be running this while I was talking. I meant to talk. It doesn't happen. So, um, yeah. First of all, go check out in your spare time. Right? don't please don't leave, chat. No, but you folks, if you haven't already, check out Maya Quest. What he's currently doing, and now he does shorts. I don't know that he streams, but he does do some long play videos. But shorts with time lapses of some of this cool stuff, and he's been doing a ton with the mud, making a whole kind of part of his SMP world. It's amazing, so creative, such an awesome builder, and again, one of the first people that I'd had comments and stuff in videos, but he was one of the first people to drop in, say hi, again, comments through YouTube. So like came by, commented, something like that, and like I do here, a lot of times I'll call out the commenters and say, oh yeah, this person, you turn into drop by and commented. I'm just using an example, but thanks for the comment on the YouTube video. And the next time he commented, and he was like, oh my god, I can't believe that in the middle of your YouTube video, you were talking about me. It was so cool. And that was how small we both were at the time. And I still remember it to this day. I don't, it was it Slow Cooker? I'd have to check. It was the world where I made the kind of like secondary home in the Mesa. Um, and I was out gathering like red sand or something in the mesa when I was talking about it. And then on the comments for that video, he came back and was like, "Oh, that's the coolest thing I've ever had." And we had this, back and forth for a long time, just through the YouTube comments and everything. Such a cool guy. You hear it when he talks in his longer play videos. His graphics and everything have just blown up. They look so cool. And his use of like secondary accounts to do time lapses flying around as he builds these not like massive builds, but intricately detailed and beautiful builds. So check him out. And I love to be able to shout people out like that. All right. We've got more than enough for what we need. The rest can go. So we need iron helmet and combat boots. And then we're going to need some sticks. Let's get these on. So our leather, very good if we go exploring, looking for mountains and snow. But for now, they can stash away. And we need to get some tools, right? Because with iron pick, we can go get gold and diamonds and all the other goodies. But 2 steaks and 3 golden apples is not going to keep us alive for long, is it? Hey, no worries, man. It was great to see you, though, and thank you so much for the invite. I hope you have a blast playing some of those Left 4 Dead or what was the other one you said? Left 4 Dead. You said 7 Days to Die, but had you been playing one of the Redemption games too? Maybe. Um, can't remember if you had. Awesome. All right, so we got some sleep. Um, should we go Fishy River? I still don't know where I want to live, which makes it a little. Oh, something. There's a creeper down there, too. A little sketch to kill a bunch of cows or sheep or pigs or whatever in a particular location when that could be my new home. So let's see if further back down this river we can. There's these fish. This is about where we started before, right? But it's so deep here. And the problem is if they dive when I start hitting them, I'm kind of stuck. Oh, but look at them all now. This is so much closer to home. This is great. All right. So a little, speaking of Minecraft grind and not being everybody's game, sword chopping fish. I know. Not my favorite either, but we're gonna try to get some substantial food to get us through this starting phase. Get us a deep run. Where we can maybe even try to get some of those diamonds that we were left on the last time around, yesterday, when the baby zombies came and ate us. Hey, that's what Nintendo was just trying to do. He's bringing up all those zombie games to give me traumatic PTSD from all the baby zombies. They swarmed me, guys. It was horrible. There we go. Yeah, that's right. Come over to your friend here so I can get you both. I didn't breathe much there. Ooh. Level 20 on fish killing. Oh, my nose itches. One. More fish. Wasn't I just here? How did I miss this guy? Right, more air. There's some more out that way. Now, why would you do that? I want you to go up. Away from me. And it's, for me at least, it's best not to have the raw fish on the toolbar. If I see how slowly the progress is going up, I get... Oh, there's some bone meal. There's new crafting. Full air. You got fish this way. I think this might be... How can you be right in front of my face and I can't get you? Fishy. Alright. So yeah, for folks folks who agree are like, oh man, here's Minecraft, here we go. The VOD from yesterday, or the YouTube video or whatever, that shows how much farming we could be excavating out hills and everything just to set up a farm. So swimming around and killing off a stack's worth of fish, I don't know, depending on your preference. Yeah, that's how we do it. Well, for one thing, I don't have any string. I will fish to get the advancements and everything, and like if I have a... Oh, I didn't watch the air. Dang it. Whoa. Oh, do you have a fishing pole? No, you have a Nautilus shell. And one of my fish. Get back my fish, dude. I got both, though. Community center, we got a fish, Nautilus shell. Yeah, sword fishing beats, for me at least, beats regular fishing. But regular fishing does have a couple things. Saddles and enchanted books. And of course there are advancements to get for fishing itself. But there's bucket fishing. Sword fishing is the way to go, I think. They need an old school RuneScape style of net fishing. And maybe that's what everybody just needs to know. I should put that in like my about. One of my early game, like the first MMORPG or anything like that I had, that I even was exposed to, old school RuneScape. So the grindiness in Minecraft always seems infinitely varied to me for having played um, old school RuneScape. Back at about the time when they reset things to for old school RuneScape. Um, it would have been '06 to '08, somewhere in there, that I was playing it. Whoa, can swim faster than the fishes. Oh, 43. Like I said, I hate that it's on the toolbar. It makes it feel so much slower. It also, the best thing, and when you get to that point, you usually don't need it anymore. Sweeping edge on an early sword, like out of a chest or something, make that your fishing sword, because you can get multiple of these fish at the same time. Sword is better than the axe for that, too. Plus, the sword is faster hitting than, like, say, the axe. And with these guys bouncing around, and here's my actual tip: if you're struggling with hitting the fish, I haven't done it much at all, but I just did there. I'll try to show it again. I'd be lucky that he did not pick mushrooms in Poland. You guys got wild mushrooms? Um, I do like mushrooms, and I like Poland. I don't know. Do they grow in like particularly toxic areas or something? Oh, do you have to use a sword? I was trying to get a clump of fish to kind of show the tactic that works pretty well for me when I feel like I'm struggling. So get down and then strafe with your A or D if you can kind of get on level, and their their little dodge mechanic doesn't seem to account. If you're following them, whatever their little game mechanic is seems to be pretty. They'll go up and down and all that, but if you can get alongside and then not hit shift, but hit A or D, oh come on. And this is an awful pool, right? Normally you want a river that's about this deep max and wide with lots of the fish. And gather them up pretty quick. Do we see any other fish bouncing around? I have to sleep here. Hi, little fishy. Nighttime fishy. So then, oh, I missed it. Don't follow my advice at all. It's not working at all today. I was way better off just doing what I was doing. All right. Here, let's go home because we're right here and cook all these fish. If the iron is done. Hopefully it is. Hopefully we're close enough to keep it cooking. And we should be in spawn chunks here, so everything is all right. Traditional mushrooms. Boom. So we got a random shell. I think we can use those for eventual crafting and stuff. Look at our sword getting trashed. That is something we kind of made the mistake of last time. Letting the sword get beat down before we went back down in the mines. Now, if I'm thinking I want more fish, this is cooked, so we can get 57. Let's put our one steak back, switch back over, and now we can sleep. Go chop down a few more while those cook, and then be good to go. Oh, what? Oh, got it. Any others just floating around? I just tried to swing as I was diving through the swarm. Might hit something. Come here, you dumb little fish. That was mean to the fish. Swimming sideways. Oh, sinking. Tuffy. That should give me 2 fish. Or they're extra dodgy. So what do we say we were going to have 57? Maybe like a dozen. I said that with about iron. Or I said that with iron, and we ended up getting 20-something, so... Okay. Come on. About 9. Hey, thanks, Doug. See you in this trend deal. I really appreciate you hanging out in the chat. Awesome to see you, buddy. Mushroom more. All right. Now we can switch you out. Top you off. That's better than we've been yet. Okay. Let's stash this. And I kind of feel... Let's go back over to this other cave now that we've done this one a little bit. Or should we try to go deep? We've got this waterfall. Let's go deep here. Is this where we got in and out? Or was it further around the corner? Excuse me, that was a little burpy. See, we can cruise around in here. There we go. So this time, I'm thinking... Well, first of all, we haven't been in here. I don't know that it goes anywhere or not, but... That all should be pretty well lit overhead, right? We just did so much of that. That maybe less so. Ooh, look at those. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Those emeralds up there. Again, kind of cool part of being under a meadow. Ooh, little dripstone. So we've got a dripstone cave emerging. Some more iron. I'm going to have a little sip here while I go on. Oh, that was good. Oops. What? What? What's going on here? All right. Well, well, I until we get to the point where we don't need it, I think I got to. Now there is I have an alternative train of school of thought on coal, which is as we're grabbing it, we're leveling up. And until we get to the point of wanting to enchant stuff, that's kind of dangerous, right? Because we're going to get more and tougher monsters, which we then may not be equipped to deal with. But um, if we do it right, none of that should matter too much. Oh, we do have the iron pick. I was totally forgetting. Look at all this. We can start cashing in with our awesome iron pick. What I don't want to do, though, is start getting distracted by diamonds. And I would love to get distracted by diamonds, actually. Get distracted by emeralds and die. So, check these. That's where we came from. This is the uphill we always like to... Hey! See? There... I don't know if zombies didn't get a little nudge in the... What was it, 19.2? The update? There's some iron. Before we get to... Okay, that's going down. It's got some water sounds. Let's get this iron and let's go back and get these emeralds too, right? Now, I could leave those all in place. I could wait and fortune them or silk touch them eventually, but I kind of also feel like we do that, we never get back into these. Like eventually, we'll have depth. We'll be down looking for diamonds and all that. Rarely, if ever, will we come back in here. Much less do more than just race through, rather than exploring every turn and bend and whatnot. So, yeah, we'll see. Um, all right, so the two were up here, right? Which we still haven't gotten to. I think we can go... I think, yeah, I kind of remember this. All right. Oh, oh, well timed. Oh, dude. Still fighting each other? Who won? There's a spider. We can, I... Skeleton's got a death wish, man. But he is the champ. He's just killing everybody in sight. Doesn't matter. He was so worn down. Just oh, but he didn't take the string from the spider. It looks like two of those. Two gets us a fishing pole if we want it. Now that we have a bunch of fish, but we could get something goody. Just lots of copper. Here we go. And again, we were doing all this to make sure that we could get the emeralds without being jumped on, so keep grinding that. Might as well save that little bit of extra. Get a little bit of bonus every time you can combine those, so make your tools last. All right. Now, oh, they were up above my head. Dang it. I thought they were, I kept looking down through the coal. I was like, are they going to pop out? Look at this. Let's just pause and admire the sharpness. Give it a couple swings. Ooh, it's good. Iron. There you go. And we certainly get a lot of XP out of all that. Now, got to remember that we are alternating here. And I guess I could have waited until I got this one too. All right, now hopefully we'll have plenty of reason to use that on diamonds. Look at all this. Where did this, how did I not, I walked right by all this and I didn't bother to throw some light on it? Okay, this is connecting back, maybe? Yeah, all right, that's good. And what do we got up here? That might be part of the big chamber, right? So now there was iron here. More iron. More iron. Guess this is the way we want to. It's not really not. I think this is the way we want to go with our stairs to get down to whatever's down here. All right, so dropping it in. Right on this wall. Got zombie sounds. There he is. Before we open this all up to death from below, let's get this coal. Hey, more coal. And fingers crossed. Let's hope this is all we need, right? not of coal, but of a trip into the mines to kind of get us secured away. Because with the XP, that extra XP we've been getting and could continue to get with all the emeralds around, um, we could be pretty well set to even possibly do some enchanting on iron stuff if we find 2 diamonds. There he goes again. The grinder cutter tool guy. Okay, creeper is creeping. Creeper's still creeping. Do. Probably put a torch up here. Ah! That zombie totally wrecked my whole scene. Thanks, zombie. Alright. Oh, I think we're down. A little more iron there. It's just a hole. Where'd that iron go? Here. I realized I shouldn't turn my back to that hole. Bop, bop. I don't know how that got over to there. Call it an incomplete shop. Okay. Was there some coal? Or, yeah. Let's get. Hi, Biddy. Biddy? Biddy Batty? That taken care of. Okay, yeah. Go away. I gotta get this coal out, Pat. Okay. Now, is this going back up into the same area where I had been? Like, I think that's the torch. That's kind of what I was wondering. Oh, that isn't where I expected to be, but that's awesome. Get a little quick sleep. Hopefully nothing kills me. All right. Now, where was it that we were looking down into the scary depths? I think we need to go up. Up and over. But maybe over here too. Because we haven't even looked over here yet. Or have we? Is this back to the same? Which cave is this? Where am I? This is a problem. Home is back around the shoulder there, right? Oh, and it is the one that we came into, because this is where it drops down and where we just went down. And I think it's back there, maybe? That we were peeking all the way down. That sound right? Anybody? What are you paying attention? Got a map? Um, Maybe that was in a totally different area, but this still has promise, or not. It's got coal, though. Oh, 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 O'Reilly. Should check down there every once in a while. Make sure nothing's coming to chew on my toes. Yeah. More coal. Not getting down to the diamondy stuff I would kind of hope for, but are we going to turn our head at? Not yet. Is way easier to do this with Silk Touch and then have some Efficiency 5, Fortune 3, right? But oh, it's so spooky and scary. Look at it go. Like a coal bonanza. What do we get for using that fortune pick? So what do you guys use your gold fortune picks for, huh? If you are so lucky as to find them like we were. Got a specific target? Is that all coal? Is that the consensus? 25. It sure didn't last long on ours. It was nice. We got a few extra pieces out of it, but oh, hey, look at this. All right, so watch our little XP bar down there, and let's see when, if, ooh, how much. Just one. That's where we came from. And right back to somewhere that we've already been. All right, that's the outside way. Does that mean we've seen all of this? Kind of hope not. Got down to that coal. Oh, here we go. this is going to go maybe deeper. Or it was just a little hole in the floor. That we just did. This is where we were just standing. And then this comes back around. Went down. That was where we were just working, right? We got all those emeralds, but I don't think we left any like dark unexplored tunnels. Did anybody remember me overlooking something? I thought maybe that all this dripstone was going to open up into a big cavern, but it may still be there somewhere. But just swinging a stone pick. Oh my gosh! Well, I'm glad we're back. How did I miss that? Huh? Those mysteries. Yeah, we came through all that. Nothing down there. This was maybe a dead end. There's some coal. Oh, here we go. Oh, this could be awesome. Please just tell me it's all dripping and we're about to open up. Okay, kinda suspected. Come on. Go. Just felt like we were on the cusp of some kind of great access to the depths. But I hate to do it blindly when we've got all these caves. So we could open back up the water and just swim up. I think, though, let's go ahead and tell me this didn't. Oh, man. Think we'll just go back for the big cavern around here. There's the daylight. Huh. Well, get ourselves a big cave. There is still some coal around, but I don't think we need to go that far in it, right? Got some good stacks. Just take a look. Sun's going down, so let's go set what we do have up to cook. Is this a shortcut? So maybe I should have just gone up those stairs. Problem here is I don't know which of the paths will get me to where I need to be. Oh, well, not what I anticipated, but coal. quite bedtime yet, but yep, just barely. All right. This coal or this iron. I kind of consider any of those dirt spots as possible break out to the surface because we went up quite a ways, but seem to have more good caves. Ooh, all kinds of ooh. What I thought was a nice dark unexplored cave has a torch in it. That's not ideal. Now was that? I wonder what they're working on. And they're doing a lot up there. Well, gets us out somewhere. So not very much iron. I mean, I guess some, but we had cleaned out pretty well ahead of time there. But really, I had I thought we had better access down to something deep darky. But we may have to go over to that other mound. The other thing that we can do is this where the potential exit was? Now with iron and at least some decent food and iron armor and all that is cut just a spiral stair, nothing fancy, but something to get us deep right out from the back of that room. Still more. Pop, pop, pop. Okay, so we came. So we're gonna be back around that way. That's good. Let's put a torch up there. Ooh, too too quick on the jump. Got some nice flowers. There's our boat. Uh, where's our torch? There we go. At some point, we'll get all that cut out a little bit more. If this is gonna continue to serve as our starting home, which I'm pretty happy with. Look at that. Oh, that's good. Good food. Here in our rock dump box goes all of these one-offs. Got some cobble to go and some dirt. Oh, and then look at the goodies. String, more arrows. The bones will go away. I don't know why I have one stick down there. Oh, look at it all, guys. 2 extra. That's all right, though. Go. Random junk and treasure. 14 emeralds. We got a bunch more iron to cook. And just so that we're ready when we kick things off, got this bunch more iron. So, I think that's going to do it for now. Here's the big kicker, guys. As I already mentioned, our weather has gone to absolute crap. I may have some time in the evenings, and I may come back and do some more of this. I think next up, until we encounter caverns or anything like that, we'll make a small room back there and just make a tight spiral staircase down, 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 down. See how far we can go before we just hit an opening pit kind of deal. I don't have much gravel or sand yet, but we could use that to continue to work on it. And we'll just see. There's obviously tons of caves in this hill structure, but if we stay close enough to the edge, or if they're built up over on the, I'm waving with my hand, over on the far side, beyond this door where we've been exploring, we may be able to get fairly deep before we just open up into a chamber. Fingers crossed, right? If we can do that, get down into deep slate, maybe find, who knows, find caverns, find some more of that dripstone. We might get a whole dripstone section. Those are dangerous, but they do have lots more iron, some of that kind of stuff. But really, I would like to, with all the iron luck that we've had and with these current fish that we have, I'd like to get down and get on the diamond level and try to knock out some clusters of diamonds just to get us set up. Like I said, we're at level 26. With emeralds throughout, we can possibly boost our XP enough to where we get a couple diamonds, pop back up to the top. We've got exposed lava in a couple spots right around here. Make a bucket. Oh, we should make a bucket right now. Make a bucket, throw some water, and we'll be good to go. So, whenever that is, again, maybe a night stream. I'm not promising anything. Don't plan your time around it. But we may come back and do that. I think the graphics and all that. Oh man, excuse the hiccups. Will help out a little bit. But before we do a next boat adventure, we're going to do a depths adventure if we can, and try to either get enchantments. If we get up to 40 and we have some diamonds, enough to make a book and make a table and all that, we'll throw some quick enchants on weapons and all that kind of stuff, and see if we can go. We could also do some fishing and see if we can fish up, I don't know, some books we could use. That does begin to, we're not quite at anvil level yet. We'll need some more iron there. But we'll just keep playing the game. Anyway, I want to shout out and thank everybody who was so supportive. The chatters, you guys are amazing. I know all three of you are kind of like, oh, all right. But you're like, hey, but it's what Habage is doing. I'm gonna come hang out. So I appreciate you, and I do understand. If this is not your game, don't worry. We got Stardew. Try to If ever there's a time, subscribe to my Twitter feed so that you'll know what I'm tweeting out, what game I'm feeling at that time. Tomorrow very well could be Junimo Kart Day or New World of Minecraft. I could be sucked in for a little bit. We'll see. We'll see what the attitude is. I won't do Junimo Kart at night or anything like that. Um, it just feels like I will try to keep to the regular schedule as much as possible for any of that. We are on Thursday, Friday. Should be business as usual. Saturday, maybe a pop in, say hello stream. Quick one in and out, depending on weather and some other stuff. I guess there's a chance it could go normal, but I am expecting to be in Boulder up hanging out at a football game. If it's not just miserable, if it's like cold, sleety rain, heck no. I like my friends and all that. But the team is terrible and it's not all that. If it is at all nice though, plan to be up there. The game starts at 1:30. We'll be up there early in the morning to tailgate and party. I don't know that will entirely wreck my night, but 4:30 getting done. If we go get any food or anything after the game, it may well the whole day may be shot. That's kind of the problem with college football. But if that's the case, we'll see Sunday and maybe up to 3 times before then. So for now, I'm gonna call it. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate you. You're all fantastic and awesome, wonderful people. Go out there, have yourselves a banging Thursday, and I'll be back at some point. Watch that Twitter. Thanks so much. Take care.